and I'm in the place called the Magic Forest, and here's a snail. This area has lots of snails, which is not a big deal, but look at the slugs. Right? And look at that big ugly slug right down the side there, right there. I've had hives that I haven't been able to inspect yet because it's still too cold to do full inspections, and that I found just slimed up with these slugs everywhere. I've been putting road salt on the bottom entrances to just try to keep them out. It's gross. So anyway, it's fairly warmish today. The bees aren't flying, not warm enough for the bees to fly. And if you look up at the sky, that's not the cloud, that's all fog. And it's just nothing but rain, drizzle, and fog in the forecast for the next 2 weeks. Anyhow, so what I have today here is a medium super full of drawn comb. I've got an inner cover. I've got some newspaper, some duct tape, some gloves, fondant and pollen sub, and a spray bottle for misting the bees. And the idea is, I know this colony is in good shape. It has been all winter. It went into the winter with a strong cluster, and it's coming out of the winter with a strong cluster. And that's basically how it works. If you have a colony that's full of bees, packed with bees going into the winter with lots of honey, chances are they're going to come out of the winter looking just as good. So that's almost always how it works out for me. So it's no matter what all the other little tricks and things that we do, that's basically, I think, the magic formula overall. So that's what I've got here, and I haven't been able to check on them for at least 2 weeks, and I hope they're doing okay, because I know the population was expanding, but without resources coming in, and they're not getting any because they haven't been able to fly, that brood nest could expand and then it could contract. So it's I just don't want to ruin the momentum that they've built up for themselves. And they might also be running out of space. I don't know if it's hard to say. It's because it's so cold that I can't even do a hive inspection. I just have to take a guess here. But if they are running out of space, they're going to get this medium box full of drawn comb, and I'm going to put this newspaper underneath it so that the heat that they've got built up for themselves inside that hive will stay contained within those 3 boxes that are there right now. And so when they eat through that newspaper, it'll slowly release the heat, and they can slowly readjust the thermodynamics and the distribution of heat and air to the way they like it, so that it's not just a massive disruption for the brood nest, which is probably down below. Because when you put an empty box on top, all that heat just goes right to the top, and the queen wants to go up there. So you'll have nurse bees just stuck down in the bottom of the hive, just trying to keep the brood warm and doing nothing else, while the queen is going up and laying eggs. So it can get really messed up if you don't think about the thermodynamics of the hive in cold temperatures. It's in the summertime, not a big deal, but in the winter or in the spring when it's still cold, you really don't want to mess with that. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to try to put this underneath it, and hopefully that does a little bit of something. I'd rather do a full hive inspection and then see how they're doing, and then assess, and then rearrange and build as appropriately then. But nope, I'm not going to do it. I can't, because it's too cold, and the weather's going to be garbage for the next 2 weeks. So here we go. Let's do it. Because I haven't checked on these bees for a couple weeks, it's possible that what I find today might not be specifically too good. There's always a chance that something could have gone wrong in those 2 weeks that I was out of town. If something bad's going to happen, it'll happen when you're out of town. So my first move here will be to just pull that top off. I hope the bees aren't sticking to the bottom of that top cover, but they probably are. So I have to knock them off the top cover. And I hope they're not building burr comb above the top bars, because there's a feeding rim in there, and they could easily be just filling that up with comb. And then the queen could be laying eggs in there, which she probably is if that's what they've done. So I would have had someone drop by and remove that rim, but I don't really have anyone who can do that for me, so I'm just making the most of it. And the reason I brought the duct tape is because when you're putting newspaper on, I guarantee you, in Newfoundland, the wind is going to blow and that newspaper is going to blow away. You're not going to be able to, you put the newspaper down like this, thinking, okay, here we go. Right, and you can see even now, right, and the wind is already blowing it away. It's not much, but it blows. So, yeah. So you got to get some tape. So I'm just going to hope for the best and hope they don't sting me. Hope they're not in a stingy mood, because they definitely could be. Now, please don't be stuck to the bottom of this, but it probably will be. Okay, here we go. Oh yeah. Yep, there they are. Oh yeah, and they're building comb just like I was talking about. Lovely. This is great. Oh man, what a mess. Well, they're doing well, but it's a mess. They're doing okay. Although there seems to be a little bit of moisture gotten inside. Yeah, there's drone comb and lots of worker brood too. So they're doing good. I just hope I haven't spooked or done anything to the queen. I'm going to be as quick as I possibly can. Yep, lots of drones. Let's just put this box on and get this over with. There's a lot of moisture in there though. But they're good. I think they're in good shape. They just don't want me here right now. There's a few bees walking around with their guts hanging out after stinging me. And here is the comb that I was talking about that I didn't want them to build that they built. And yes, there are eggs in it. All right, there's a bit of food for them. There's an inner cover. They're not happy, and I don't blame them. All right, so I did it. There's the newspaper underneath the honey super, or the empty super. The bees are extremely defensive and riled up, as they would be. Hopefully I didn't kill the queen. And this thing, I would say, is completely useless for working with a defensive colony. I'll never use that again. It's just garbage for me. So I've got the top box added. They're definitely expanding. You can see the comb that they were building, that they're ready to blow. They need more space. So they've got more space now. And hopefully they'll be happy with it. And that queen, I could see worker brood up top. And I could see them doing the thing. Everything's good. So I'm just trying to get out of here without getting stung in the face right now. I got stung on the neck. I got stung right there. I got probably a few other places that I just can't feel right now. So I still haven't been able to do a full hive inspection, but I can see they're doing well. I saw a drone comb and lots of worker brood, sheets of worker brood up top. So she's doing fine. So I hope that newspaper keeps them happy for a little while, keeps the thermodynamics of the hive intact until they chew through that newspaper. And anyway, I won't be able to check on them for another 2 weeks, but I could tell that the queen is really taking off, so I think they'll be happy to have that extra space. I would have preferred to do a full hive inspection and then rearrange the frames in a less disruptive way, but it's the best I could do considering the circumstances. And that's it, we're done.